Welcome to our channel. We are so glad you found your way here. Let us help you fall asleep. Let's begin with the quiet collapse of Color Labs, the failure of the photo app startup. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it. Even the tallest towers eventually quiet down. Tonight, we gently explore the empty boardrooms and forgotten ambitions of the past. Your mind is calm, and we are ready to begin. Launched in 2015, Color Labs emerged with an optimistic vision, aspiring to revolutionize the way people captured and shared their memories. The founders, driven by a passion for photography and a desire to leverage emerging technology, envisioned a platform that would seamlessly integrate social networking with innovative photo editing tools. This ambition aimed at creating a user-friendly experience, allowing individuals to transform ordinary moments into extraordinary visual stories. In its early days, the startup focused on fostering community engagement. By emphasizing collaboration, users could easily share their creations and interact with others. This approach was meant to cultivate a sense of belonging, encouraging users to contribute their unique perspectives. The founders believed that this collaborative spirit would set Color Labs apart in an increasingly competitive market. Investment flowed in as the initial enthusiasm attracted venture capitalists eager to back the next big tech phenomenon. With promises of rapid growth and market disruption, the startup expanded its team, bringing on board talented developers and marketing experts. This influx of resources led to ambitious product updates, each iteration aimed at enhancing functionality and user experience. Yet, despite these efforts, underlying challenges began to surface, hinting at the complexities of sustaining growth in a fast-paced digital landscape. The inevitable shift from lofty ideals to the harsh realities of market demands loomed on the horizon. The founders, each with their own unique vision, brought together a blend of creativity and ambition that initially captivated investors. One, a former tech prodigy, had a background in software engineering and a penchant for seeking innovative solutions. His passion often translated into grand ideas, yet the execution frequently faltered under the weight of practicality. Another, an artist with a keen eye for aesthetics, aimed to redefine photography through an intuitive user interface. This vision, while inspiring, often clashed with the technical limitations of the platform. The third co-founder, a seasoned marketer, believed in the power of storytelling. This individual sought to craft a narrative that would resonate with users, fostering a community around shared visual experiences. Despite this strategic foresight, the disconnect between user engagement and product functionality became increasingly apparent. Collectively, their strengths were overshadowed by a lack of cohesive direction. The founders, once united by purpose, began to drift apart as the pressures of competition intensified. Their differing priorities led to internal conflicts, stifling the very innovation that had initially set them apart. As financial struggles mounted, those initial ambitions transformed into desperation, reflecting a stark contrast to the optimism that had once fueled their journey into the tech landscape. The dreams they once harbored began to unravel amidst the unforgiving realities of a rapidly evolving industry. A revolutionary photo sharing experience emerged as the cornerstone of Color Labs' initial vision. This concept aimed to redefine how individuals captured and shared moments. Emphasis on spontaneity and immediacy attracted early users drawn to the allure of sharing images in real time. The application promised seamless integration with social networks, appealing to a generation eager to document their lives visually. Technical innovation underpinned the concept, with unique features designed to enhance user engagement. Filters and editing options allowed for creative expression, while location-based tagging fostered a sense of community. This region of early adopters embraced the platform, celebrating its potential to transform personal storytelling. As user numbers grew, the operational challenges began to surface. Scaling technology presented difficulties, straining resources and delaying feature rollouts. The initial excitement waned as users encountered performance issues and a lack of new content. Feedback indicated a longing for more diverse functionalities. Rather than addressing these concerns, the focus remained on maintaining the original vision. Competition intensified, with established players adapting swiftly to new trends. The fading company struggled to maintain relevance, even as it attempted to pivot and innovate. The once prominent concept began to feel increasingly antiquated, overshadowed by the rapid advancements within the digital landscape. What began as a promising venture gradually succumbed to the weight of its own ambitions. Initial funding emerged as a pivotal moment for this venture, characterized by a seed round that attracted several enthusiastic investors. They were drawn to the innovative concept of a photo app that promised to revolutionize the way users captured and shared their experiences. The potential for significant returns ignited a fervor among early backers who envisioned a future where this startup would dominate the market. Initial projections suggested rapid user growth, fueled by bold marketing strategies and a sleek user interface. Investors found themselves captivated by the charisma of the founders, whose vision resonated with the zeitgeist of an increasingly image-driven society. Funds poured in, enabling the team to expand operations and enhance their product offering. Early enthusiasm translated into a palpable sense of momentum, as both employees and supporters shared in the optimism surrounding the company. Momentum, however, proved fickle. With each passing quarter, the initial excitement began to wane. User acquisition costs escalated, challenging the sustainability of their growth model. This shift, unnoticed by many at first, sowed the seeds of doubt among stakeholders. The very ambitions that had once attracted attention began to appear increasingly unattainable, setting the stage for an eventual decline, marked by an erosion of trust and confidence in the company's future. Launch day arrived, shrouded in an atmosphere of anticipation. Media outlets buzzed with excitement, while potential users eagerly awaited the unveiling of the photo app. Initial reception was favorable. Early adopters praised its innovative features and sleek design. Reviews poured in, highlighting its user-friendly interface and advanced editing capabilities. This enthusiasm seemed to herald a promising future. The initial downloads reflected the optimism. The app soared to the top of the charts within hours. Users flocked to the platform, eager to explore its creative potential. Social media buzzed with shared experiences, each post fueling the fervor surrounding the launch. It appeared that this startup had tapped into a burgeoning market, capturing the attention of a generation passionate about photography. Despite this initial success, subtle cracks began to form beneath the surface. User feedback, while generally positive, hinted at underlying concerns. Some found certain features cumbersome, while others desired functionalities that the app did not provide. These voices, initially drowned out by the excitement, began to signal deeper issues. The company's leadership, engrossed in the celebration of early victories, overlooked these early warning signs. Instead of addressing user concerns, they shifted focus towards aggressive marketing strategies, inadvertently masking the burgeoning dissatisfaction within their community. The seeds of decline were quietly sown amidst the celebratory atmosphere. The user interface, once a hallmark of innovation, began to reveal a series of missteps. Initial design choices prioritized aesthetics over functionality, creating an illusion of sophistication that feedback from early adopters, once eagerly embraced, began to dwindle. Trust in the platform diminished as updates frequently failed to address core usability issues. Users expressed frustration through various channels, but their voices faded into the background of an echo chamber, drowned out by the optimism of a once thriving development team. This detachment led to a disconnect, as the app's creators remained entrenched in their vision, oblivious to the growing dissatisfaction. Over time, engagement metrics plummeted. What was once a bustling community of creators and photographers dwindled to a mere handful of loyal users. The app's features, which initially promised to revolutionize photo sharing, became stagnant. The anticipation of new updates turned into resignation. In 2011, the competition landscape for photo applications was marked by a surge of innovative platforms. This period witnessed the emergence of several formidable contenders, each vying for user attention in a rapidly expanding digital space. These applications, equipped with advanced editing tools and social sharing capabilities, attracted millions of users. The simplicity and accessibility of such offerings provided a stark contrast to the complexities surrounding Color Labs. These challengers often emphasized user experience, leveraging intuitive interfaces and seamless integration with existing social networks. As a result, early adopters gravitated towards these alternatives, favoring apps that aligned with their desire for immediacy and convenience. Established players in the market, such as Instagram, began to dominate through effective marketing strategies and an understanding of evolving consumer preferences. The stark reality for Color Labs became apparent as user engagement dwindled. Continuous comparisons with rival platforms highlighted deficiencies in its features and functionality. The once promising startup struggled to differentiate itself amid the noise of a crowded marketplace. With each passing month, the challenges compounded, leaving it increasingly vulnerable to the relentless pace of innovation surrounding it. These factors created an environment where Color Labs could not sustain its initial momentum, leading to a gradual decline that would. The gradual decline that would unfold was significantly influenced by the rise of social media platforms. Initially, these networks offered a promising avenue for user engagement and growth. Content could be shared effortlessly, allowing Color Labs to tap into existing user bases. Yet, as competition intensified, the landscape shifted dramatically. Features such as image filters, editing tools, and social sharing became ubiquitous among mainstream platforms, rendering dedicated photo applications less appealing. User preference began to drift towards convenience and integration. Platforms that allowed seamless sharing of photos and videos captured user attention, leaving Color Labs struggling to differentiate itself. This erosion of a unique offering resulted in diminished downloads and a stagnant user base. As influencers and content creators gravitated toward these dominant networks, the visibility of Color Labs dwindled. The once vibrant community that had formed around the application began to fragment. users sought spaces that offered not only photo sharing capabilities, but also social interaction and networking opportunities. The vibrant discussions that once characterized this startup's user base faded into silence, replaced by a growing sense of abandonment. This region, once bustling with activity, now mirrors the empty corridors of a fading company. The once promising startup serves as a cautionary tale, illustrating the profound impact of social media on user growth and retention. Initial adoption rates for Color Labs were encouraging, characterized by an enthusiastic influx of users eager to explore its innovative features. Early feedback highlighted a strong interest in its unique filters and community-driven editing tools. This initial momentum, however, soon revealed itself as fleeting. User engagement metrics began to decline, indicating a disconnect between initial excitement and sustained usage. The app garnered a community of early adopters who praised its aesthetic appeal and user-friendly interface. Yet, as time progressed, retention rates faltered. Users began to express concerns regarding functionality and the limited scope of updates. This region, once buzzing with vibrant activity, started to feel stagnant as user-generated content dwindled. Surveys pointed to a growing disillusionment with the platform's inability to adapt to the rapidly changing landscape of social media. User feedback painted a picture of frustration, with many citing a lack of innovative features compared to competitors. These indicators, once mere whispers of dissatisfaction, coalesced into a chorus of disappointment that echoed through Color Labs' digital corridors. Investments in marketing efforts failed to translate into meaningful growth. Instead, the company found itself grappling with a widening gap between user expectations and service delivery, marking the beginning of a slow, inevitable decline. Marketing efforts initially centered around high-profile launch events and celebrity endorsements, intended to create a buzz that would propel it to success. These carefully orchestrated gatherings featured industry influencers and well-known personalities, aiming to cultivate an image of exclusivity and innovation. The allure of celebrity involvement brought fleeting attention, enticing potential users to explore the platform. Over time, the effectiveness of this strategy diminished. The fervor surrounding the initial launch faded, leaving behind a reliance on these high-profile connections that no longer resonated with the target audience. As the novelty wore off, enthusiasm dwindled, and the anticipated user engagement failed to materialize. The marketing expenditures became increasingly disproportionate to the returns. Resources allocated to extravagant events and endorsements stretched budgets thin, diverting attention from core product development and user experience improvements. This misallocation of focus contributed to the growing dissatisfaction among users, further widening the chasm between expectations and reality. In this environment, the diminishing returns on marketing investments became apparent. Promising campaigns struggled to generate meaningful traction as the once celebrated endorsements transitioned from coveted accolades to perceived superficiality. The fading company's image transformed from a beacon of innovation to a cautionary tale, illustrating the potential pitfalls of an over-reliance on external validation rather than fostering genuine user connection. The app's foundation was built upon an array of sophisticated technologies, meticulously selected to enhance its functionality and appeal. Initially, a robust cloud infrastructure supported scalability, promising seamless integration and uninterrupted service. This choice, once lauded for its flexibility, gradually revealed vulnerabilities in performance, leading to slow load times that eroded user patience. Developers embraced cutting-edge programming languages, which facilitated rapid feature deployment. Yet, the pace of development often outstripped the necessary testing and optimization. Bugs became commonplace, undermining user experience and trust. The evolving tech stack, while ambitious, struggled with compatibility issues, as updates frequently disrupted existing features, leaving users frustrated and confused. In this region of rapid technological advancement, reliance on third-party services introduced additional complications. Dependency on external APIs resulted in frequent downtimes, as changes made by partners went uncommunicated, leading to broken functionalities. This reliance diluted the app's uniqueness, as users encountered similar features across multiple platforms. The initial vision of a cohesive, user-friendly experience deteriorated under the weight of these technical challenges. As the app's reputation waned, the failure to cultivate a solid and responsive backbone became emblematic of a broader decline. What began as a promising endeavor soon encountered the complexities of user engagement. Developers prioritized features designed to retain users, implementing an array of innovative tools. These included customizable filters, social sharing capabilities, and interactive editing options. The intention was to create a dynamic environment where creativity thrived and users felt a sense of belonging. Feedback mechanisms were integrated, allowing users to interact with one another, share experiences, and offer suggestions. This engagement strategy aimed to transform casual users into loyal advocates, fostering a community centered around photography. The initial response was encouraging, with downloads surging and users actively participating in the platform's ecosystem. Over time, the allure of these features began to fade. Competing applications emerged, offering similar functionalities with enhanced performance and streamlined interfaces. Users, drawn to novelty, started to drift away. Retention rates plummeted as the fading company struggled to keep pace with evolving user expectations. Attempts to revitalize interest included regular updates and the introduction of new features. Yet, these efforts often felt reactive rather than strategic. The environment became increasingly competitive, and users began to seek alternatives that offered not just features, but also a more engaging experience. The vibrant community that once thrived gradually dissipated, leaving behind an empty shell of what had once been a flourishing platform. The allure of a free model attracted countless users initially, creating a deceptive sense of success. At the heart of this approach lay the challenge of monetization, particularly in a saturated market. Users flocked to the application, lured by its promise of no initial cost, yet this reliance on volume proved unsustainable. With a significant percentage of users opting for the free tier, the company struggled to convert this large base into paying customers. This model presented an inherent conflict. Valuable features intended to entice users to upgrade often remained underutilized or overlooked. As the user base grew, the pressure to innovate increased, yet resources dwindled. Investment in marketing, product development, and user experience became increasingly difficult to justify when revenue streams remained stagnant. The balance between offering sufficient value in the free version while enticing upgrades became a complex puzzle. Competition intensified, with other applications offering similar features and lower barriers to entry. users were easily swayed by alternatives that promised comparable experiences without the encumbrance of fees. The once cherished brand, which had captured attention and imagination, now found itself trapped in a cycle of trying to monetize a user base that had no intention of paying for services. This shift marked the beginning of a gradual decline, as the vibrant community diminished into an echo of its former self. Critical reception played a pivotal role in shaping perceptions of the photo app startup. Initial reviews highlighted its innovative features, capturing the attention of tech enthusiasts and early adopters. The enthusiasm resonated within a niche audience, creating an initial buzz that seemed promising. As the app gained traction, prominent media outlets began to evaluate it more closely. Critiques emerged, focusing on usability and practicality. The complexity of certain features, once deemed cutting-edge, became points of contention. Users expressed frustration over an interface that, while visually appealing, often proved cumbersome. Early adopters shared their experiences through forums and social media, where discussions oscillated between praise and disappointment. This mixed reception began to influence broader consumer sentiment. Media narratives shifted, with headlines increasingly emphasizing the app's shortcomings. Analysts noted a decline in user retention rates, attributing this trend to growing dissatisfaction. As the once celebrated features became perceived as obstacles, the app's potential for long-term success waned. Critical reviews highlighted a disconnect between innovation and user experience, underscoring the fragile nature of digital platforms in an ever-evolving landscape. What began as a promising venture gradually transformed into a cautionary tale, illustrating how initial acclaim could swiftly give way to scrutiny. The startup's ability to adapt in response to this feedback became crucial for its survival. User acquisition costs began to rise, placing significant strain on Color Labs' financial viability. Initially, marketing strategies focused on organic growth, leveraging word of mouth and social media engagement. As competition intensified, reliance on paid advertising increased. This shift led to escalating expenses, revealing a stark contrast between the burgeoning user base and the dwindling profit margins. Investments in customer acquisition yielded diminishing returns, as the cost to convert potential users grew disproportionately high. The metrics that once indicated promising growth now painted a grim picture of inefficiency. Each new user required more resources, leading to a mismatch between the anticipated lifetime value and the actual costs incurred. This dynamic triggered a reevaluation of existing strategies, yet efforts to refine targeting and optimize campaigns struggled to regain momentum. Innovative features intended to enhance user experience did little to offset the financial burden of acquisition. Stakeholders grew increasingly concerned, questioning the sustainability of the business model. As expenses continued to mount, the pressure on operational budgets intensified. The fading company grappled with the reality of its situation and the urgency of addressing financial discrepancies. Each decision became laden with weight as the once promising startup found itself at a crossroads where the path to recovery seemed obscured by the shadows of overspending. A significant factor contributing to the decline involved customer support, which struggled to address user queries and complaints effectively. Initially, a dedicated team was assembled, enthusiastic about fostering community engagement. Over time, as financial resources dwindled, this commitment faltered. response times lengthened, and the quality of assistance diminished, leaving users feeling neglected. Frustration grew among the user base, many of whom had invested time and emotion in this platform. Their feedback was often met with generic replies, further alienating a community that once felt valued. The disconnect between users and the support team became increasingly apparent as complaints about app functionality and service outages piled up without resolution. As dissatisfaction spread, users turned to social media platforms to voice their grievances, amplifying negative sentiments. This region, once characterized by vibrant interactions and shared moments, transformed into a forum of discontent. Each complaint echoed through the digital landscape, amplifying the sense of abandonment. The pivotal moments of user disengagement were marked by a stark realization: trust had eroded. Those who had once championed the startup began to withdraw their support, leaving behind a void filled with skepticism. It became evident that restoring the connection with users would require more than just a few strategic decisions. It would necessitate a fundamental shift in approach and a rekindling of the once promising relationship. The momentum of the photo app began with a whisper, as users shared their experiences among friends and family. This organic spread relied heavily on personal recommendations, transforming casual interactions into a powerful marketing force. Early adopters found joy in the innovative features offered, fostering a sense of community. This region became a breeding ground for enthusiasm, fueled by the desire to capture and share moments with ease. It became apparent that the simplicity of the user interface contributed to its appeal. Users were drawn to the seamless experience, where creativity flourished without the burden of complexity. As excitement grew, testimonials circulated on social media platforms, enhancing visibility and attracting a wider audience. This dynamic propelled the app into the consciousness of potential users, compelling them to download and explore. The viral factor proved to be a double-edged sword. Rapid growth invited scrutiny, leading to increased expectations. Users who once reveled in the novelty began to voice concerns as updates failed to keep pace with the evolving landscape. The initial excitement waned, replaced by frustration and disappointment. With each passing day, the app's charm faded, revealing cracks in its once solid foundation. As word of mouth turned from praise to criticism, the struggle to regain former glory became an uphill battle, echoing through the corridors of the fading company. The initial enthusiasm that once fueled interactions within the community began to dwindle. Users, once eager to contribute their creations, found themselves disillusioned by the declining support and constant technical issues. In this environment, fostering a user-generated content ecosystem became increasingly challenging, with dissatisfaction simmering just beneath the surface. The platform that had once celebrated creativity now felt like a hollow shell, a stark contrast to its vibrant beginnings. Those who had previously shared their artistic works now hesitated, and the community began to fragment. Engagement metrics, once soaring, plummeted, revealing a stark reality. User-generated content, once a lifeblood, dwindled to a trickle. Attempts to revitalize this ecosystem through new initiatives were met with skepticism and indifference, as trust had eroded over time. Feedback loops essential for growth became increasingly one-sided. Users expressed their frustrations in forums, but the responses from the company were often generic and uninspired. The disconnect deepened, further alienating those who had once felt a part of something special. Although the company attempted to implement features designed to enhance community interaction, these efforts frequently fell flat. As the once thriving environment continued to deteriorate, the vision of a collaborative and engaged user base faded, leaving behind remnants of what could have been. Attempts to change direction became increasingly apparent as the organization sought to regain its footing. New strategies were proposed, aimed at revitalizing interest and attracting a fresh audience. Initiatives included rebranding efforts, designed to shed the negative perceptions that had taken hold. These efforts, however, often felt disjointed, lacking a cohesive identity that resonated with users. The introduction of new features was met with a mixture of skepticism and indifference. Promises of enhanced user experience and innovative tools for photo editing and sharing did not translate into sustained engagement. The once vibrant community of creators found it challenging to embrace these changes, further deepening the chasm between the company and its audience. In desperation, partnerships with influencers and content creators were forged, aimed at reigniting excitement. Yet, these collaborations often seemed more transactional than genuine, failing to cultivate the authentic connections that had originally drawn users in. Conflicting messages emerged from the leadership, creating confusion among employees and stakeholders alike. Internal morale dwindled as uncertainty loomed over the future. As resources dwindled, the ability to sustain these pivoting strategies diminished. The first major update introduced a series of enhancements aimed at revitalizing interest in the application. It included improved photo editing tools and a streamlined user interface that sought to attract a broader audience. Anticipation surrounded this release, as users had been vocal about their desires for more intuitive features. Feedback flooded in, a mixture of praise and criticism, reflecting both the hopes and disappointments of a diverse user base. Initial reactions highlighted the positive impact of these updates on user engagement. Many noted the ease of navigation and the robust capabilities of the new editing tools. This resurgence in enthusiasm, however, was fleeting. The underlying issues that had plagued the application remained unaddressed. Users continued to encounter bugs that disrupted their experience, a stark reminder of the fragility of their commitment. Amid the excitement, there were hints of discontent. Some early adopters expressed frustration over the lack of foundational improvements that had been promised in earlier communications. The dissonance between expectations and reality became palpable. As time passed, the initial enthusiasm waned, replaced by a growing sense of skepticism regarding the future of the application. This cycle of brief euphoria followed by disappointment marked a turning point. The pressure to deliver consistent quality weighed heavily on the fading company, compounding its existing challenges. Data privacy concerns emerged as a significant factor in Color Lab's decline, further fracturing the trust of its user base. The revelation of multiple breaches undermined confidence in its ability to safeguard sensitive information. As personal data was exposed in alarming quantities, the very foundation of the company's reputation began to erode. Users, once eager to share their personal moments, recoiled in response to the unsettling news. Public backlash developed swiftly, transforming the narrative surrounding the app from one of innovation to vulnerability. Criticism flooded social media platforms, where users expressed their discontent and shared experiences of unauthorized data access. The once promising engagement metrics began to plummet, reflecting the disillusionment that permeated this region of the tech landscape. In an attempt to regain footing, Color Labs implemented measures aimed at enhancing security protocols. Yet these efforts appeared too little, too late, as the damage to public perception had already been inflicted. Investor confidence waned alongside user trust, resulting in a critical withdrawal of funding. This financial strain only intensified the existing operational challenges, creating a downward spiral that proved difficult to escape. As the company struggled to navigate this storm of negative sentiment, the once vibrant community around the application diminished, leaving behind a stark reminder of the consequences of neglecting data privacy. Rivals in the photo application market quickly recognized the vulnerability of the fading company. Competitors seized the opportunity to refine their own strategies, launching aggressive marketing campaigns that emphasized user trust and data protection. New features designed to enhance user experience were developed, catering to those who had previously relied on the now ailing platform. Innovative functionalities emerged, including enhanced editing tools and seamless sharing options, which attracted former users seeking alternatives. These adjustments were not merely surface-level enhancements. They represented a fundamental shift in the approach towards user engagement and satisfaction. With the decline of the once prominent application, rivals positioned themselves as champions of privacy, implementing stricter data policies and transparent user agreements that resonated with an increasingly cautious audience. This region of the tech landscape saw a reallocation of resources as companies invested in research and development to distinguish themselves further. Communities began to coalesce around the emerging platforms, fostering new ecosystems that thrived on user feedback and collaboration. The vacuum left by the struggling company provided fertile ground for innovation, as competitors capitalized on the desire for reliable and secure alternatives. Consequently, the marketplace experienced a shift in dynamics. Users became more discerning, demanding responsible practices and improved features, fundamentally altering the competitive landscape. A shifting perception began to emerge within the user base. Initially captivated by the innovative offerings of this startup, many began to drift away, seeking alternatives that aligned more closely with their evolving expectations. This region, once bustling with engagement and activity, gradually saw a decline in participation. The numbers reflected a stark reality. Active users dwindled from several million to below 1 million within a span of 2 years. This erosion stemmed from an inability to adapt to the nuanced demands of a discerning audience. Features that once captivated attention felt stagnant, lacking the innovation required to sustain interest. The company struggled to keep pace with competitors who embraced rapid advancements in technology, providing users with seamless experiences and robust functionalities. The app's interface, once lauded for its simplicity, became a point of frustration. Users found it increasingly cumbersome, burdened by outdated designs and insufficient updates. Feedback, which could have served as a lifeline, often went unheeded. Attempts at engagement through social media were met with muted responses, signaling a disconnect that deepened the chasm between the company and its former supporters. A sense of indifference permeated the atmosphere as the once vibrant community faded into obscurity. Each passing month marked a further retreat, leaving only echoes of a flourishing venture that had once promised to redefine the digital photography experience. Financials revealed a stark contrast between aspirations and outcomes. Investors, initially captivated by the potential of Color Labs, anticipated a trajectory of growth underpinned by robust revenue streams and innovative product offerings. These expectations contrasted sharply with the emerging realities, where projections became increasingly unattainable. The promised features lagged behind deadlines, leading to mounting skepticism. Quarterly reports highlighted a steady decline in user engagement. This drop, coupled with rising operational costs, began to raise alarms among stakeholders. Communication faltered, replaced by vague assurances that fueled further uncertainty. The financial transparency that investors had once relied upon became obscured by a cloud of ambiguity. This erosion of trust was palpable, as numbers once confidently shared turned into cautionary tales of mismanagement. Funding rounds that were meant to rejuvenate operations instead revealed an unsettling pattern. The initial influx of capital dwindled, with new investors hesitant to commit, fearing that their contributions would simply prolong the inevitable. The disconnect between financial forecasts and actual performance widened, leading to a deepening chasm of dissatisfaction. In this environment, the original vision of a groundbreaking application lost its luster. What was once a beacon of hope for innovative photography now quietly stood as a cautionary example, highlighting the critical importance of marrying ambition with realistic financial planning and transparent communication. The internal culture of Color Labs began to deteriorate as uncertainty enveloped the organization. Employee morale, once buoyed by a shared vision of creativity and innovation, plummeted in the face of mounting pressure and disillusionment. As the company grappled with its declining fortunes, whispers of doubt permeated the halls, eroding the initial enthusiasm that had drawn many to join. Turnover rates surged, with dedicated employees seeking stability and purpose elsewhere. Those who remained found themselves navigating a landscape fraught with confusion and anxiety. Leadership changes left many feeling unanchored, while the lack of clear direction fostered a sense of helplessness. Meetings, once vibrant forums for idea sharing, transformed into somber gatherings marked by empty discussions and an absence of accountability. The prevailing atmosphere became one of resignation, where creativity struggled to flourish. Teams that had once collaborated fluidly began to splinter, as trust eroded beneath the weight of unmet expectations. With each departure, the remaining employees faced an increasing workload, further exacerbating stress levels. This environment of uncertainty stifled innovation, as fear of failure overshadowed the once encouraged risk-taking. The vibrancy that had characterized the early days of Color Labs faded, leaving behind a somber echo of what could have been, a stark reminder of the fragility of corporate ambition amidst the realities of management and culture. Conflicts among founders often serve as a catalyst for decline, unraveling the very fabric of innovation. In Color Labs, differing visions and clashing personalities created a tense atmosphere, stifling creativity and cohesion. Disagreements over strategic direction emerged, with some championing a rapid expansion, while others advocated for a more measured approach. This discord led to a paralysis in decision-making, as the leadership struggled to align their disparate objectives. The founders, once united in their quest to revolutionize photography, found themselves at odds, each believing fervently in their respective paths. Meetings that were once filled with enthusiasm devolved into contentious debates, eroding trust and camaraderie. This discord spilled into the company culture, affecting morale and productivity. Employees, caught in the crossfire of conflicting leadership styles, began to disengage, leading to a noticeable decline in innovation and output. Amidst this turmoil, outside investors grew increasingly wary of the internal strife. Confidence waned as they witnessed the unraveling dynamics within the leadership team. Promises of groundbreaking developments turned into whispers of uncertainty, creating an atmosphere heavy with doubt. This scenario exemplifies how the very individuals meant to steer the enterprise forward can inadvertently contribute to its decline, demonstrating the intricate relationship between leadership and organizational health. Strategic partnerships were pursued fervently, with aspirations to elevate the photo app's profile and expand its user base. Collaborations were sought with established brands, each negotiation promising mutual benefit. These attempts were marked by high hopes and extensive planning, yet the reality often contrasted starkly with expectations. Proposals were crafted meticulously, showcasing innovative features and shared visions. Initial excitement from potential partners faded swiftly as the stark limitations of the app became apparent. The inherent issues within led to skepticism, affecting the willingness of other brands to engage meaningfully. Promising alliances dissolved into mere discussions, leaving behind a trail of missed opportunities that further isolated the fading company. In this region of technological innovation, the inability to secure fruitful collaborations revealed deeper flaws. The app's standing diminished as competitors thrived through robust partnerships that bolstered their market presence. Each failed attempt added weight to the already burdened reputation, further discouraging stakeholders and prospective collaborators. The once bright prospects of synergy dimmed, replaced by an atmosphere of uncertainty. Trust in the leadership waned, as visions of collaboration turned into reminders of what could have been. This decline underscored the fragile nature of relationships in a competitive landscape, where even the most promising alliances could falter amidst underlying instability. The impact of influencers on brand image proved to be a double-edged sword for this fading company. Initially, endorsements from popular figures offered a veneer of credibility and allure, drawing in a substantial user base eager to capture and share moments. These influencers, deeply embedded in the digital fabric, acted as conduits, infusing the app with life and vibrancy. Their reach expanded beyond typical marketing channels, creating an aura of desirability around the platform. As the company's fortunes began to shift, the relationship with these influencers became tenuous. The allure of novelty waned, leaving behind a growing disconnect. The influencers, once seen as partners, started to distance themselves, shifting their focus to emerging platforms that promised fresher opportunities. With each departure, the app's image eroded, revealing the cracks in its once glamorous facade. User engagement declined steadily, reflecting the loss of that initial excitement. The association with these figures, which had once seemed beneficial, now felt like a burden. The carefully curated brand image began to fray, exposing the underlying realities of a service that struggled to keep pace with evolving consumer expectations. This transition highlighted the precariousness of relying heavily on external endorsements, underscoring the importance of maintaining a resilient and authentic brand identity in an ever-changing digital environment. The struggle to monetize effectively became increasingly apparent as initial user growth plateaued. Advertising revenue, once anticipated as a reliable income stream, failed to materialize at the projected levels. This shortfall stemmed from a misalignment between the platform's user demographics and the types of advertisements being offered. Advertisers sought a more targeted approach, favoring platforms that could guarantee highly engaged audiences. The fading company found itself competing with more established players who had refined algorithms to deliver tailored content. Attempts to pivot toward innovative ad formats yielded mixed results. Experimentation with interactive ads and sponsored content failed to resonate with the user base, leading to a decline in engagement. As the application struggled to capture the attention of both users and advertisers, the financial implications began to surface. Investors grew wary, questioning the viability of the business model. In this region of uncertainty, the need for a coherent strategy became evident. Leadership's hesitance to pivot away from existing models left little room for adaptation. Opportunities for collaboration with brands diminished as trust eroded amidst the struggles. The promotion of new features meant to enhance user experience instead became overshadowed by the overarching concern regarding sustained revenue. The landscape, once vibrant with possibilities, slowly transformed into a stark reminder of the challenges inherent in the volatile world of digital startups. This update, designed to enhance user engagement, introduced features that strayed from the original vision. The new interface, intended to streamline functionality, became a source of confusion. Existing users found themselves grappling with unfamiliar navigation, which led to a gradual decline in satisfaction. Feedback channels filled with complaints as users expressed frustration over the changes that seemed to benefit neither their needs nor the application's core purpose. The decision to prioritize flashy tools over foundational stability alienated a loyal user base. Through social media, discontent spread rapidly, transforming early supporters into vocal critics. Many shared their experiences, painting a picture of disappointment as the application deviated from its roots. The response was not just a reflection of individual discontent, but a collective sentiment that resonated across various platforms. In the backdrop, the startup's leadership remained resolute, convinced that innovation justified the upheaval. Yet, this conviction only deepened the chasm between the company and its users. Trust, once a cornerstone of the brand, began to erode. Despite the intention to create an intuitive experience, the result was an increasingly fragmented community, struggling to adapt amid the chaos of shifting priorities. This marked a pivotal moment as the gap between expectation and reality widened, foreshadowing the eventual decline of the venture. Leadership changes often serve as a bellwether for internal discontent and strategic misalignment. In this instance, it became evident that the existing executive team could no longer navigate the shifting landscape of the digital photography market. The introduction of a new chief executive officer aimed to inject fresh energy into the stagnating company. This individual, however, faced the formidable challenge of rebuilding trust and vision within a fractured organization. With the departure of several key figures, a palpable uncertainty permeated the atmosphere. New hires, largely untested in their roles, were thrust into positions of authority, tasked with reversing negative momentum. These adjustments, while intended to stimulate innovation, further destabilized the already fragile corporate culture. The urgency to demonstrate a turnaround fostered a frantic pace of decision-making, resulting in hasty initiatives that lacked cohesive strategy. Internal divisions emerged as teams struggled to align with shifting priorities. The once cohesive work environment fragmented into silos, with departments competing for limited resources and attention. Communication faltered as the executive team focused on short-term goals, neglecting the foundational elements that had initially driven the company's success. Amidst this turmoil, the disconnect between leadership and the broader workforce widened, creating an atmosphere rife with skepticism. The ambitious plans began to unravel, setting the stage for deeper challenges ahead. The attempts to broaden the user base introduced significant shifts in strategy. Initially designed for a niche market of professional photographers, the app sought to attract casual users with simplified features. This transition marked a departure from its original core competencies. The appeal to a wider demographic resulted in a dilution of brand identity, leaving existing users feeling alienated. Market research indicated that the expansion focused on younger audiences, who often favored free alternatives. This shift created a challenging landscape, characterized by increased competition from established social media platforms offering similar features at no cost. Disconnection from the original user base became evident as engagement metrics declined. Promotional campaigns aimed at attracting this new audience relied heavily on trending aesthetics and viral marketing tactics. They failed to resonate with the intended demographic, leading to wasted resources and an erosion of trust among loyal users. Feedback from the community reflected disappointment, with many expressing concerns over the app's usability and loss of unique capabilities. The changing dynamics highlighted a fundamental misunderstanding of market demands. As these efforts progressed, it became increasingly clear that the essence of the product was shifting away from its foundational strengths. The consequences of this misalignment were beginning to take shape, signaling a precarious future for the fading company. Innovations that had once been heralded as game changers began to fade into obscurity. Promises of advanced algorithms and machine learning capabilities intended to enhance user experience fell short of expectations. Users anticipated a seamless integration of artificial intelligence, allowing for effortless photo enhancements and customizable filters. Instead, the anticipated features remained under development, plagued by technical complications and a lack of cohesive vision. This region, once alive with vibrant discussions about potential, now saw its conference rooms filled with hushed conversations and uncertainty. Prototypes that had been showcased to investors failed to deliver tangible results, leading to diminished confidence among stakeholders. The gap between ambition and execution widened, creating an environment where skepticism flourished. As the calendar turned, timelines stretched and deadlines slipped further away. Competitors who had once been overshadowed began to gain traction with more reliable offerings. Technology that was once deemed innovative became a reminder of stagnation. The user base dwindled, with loyal customers seeking alternatives that delivered on the promises Color Labs had failed to fulfill. This shift left a void, revealing not only the shortcomings of the technology, but also the disconnect between vision and reality. In the corridors of the fading company, whispers of what could have been echoed against the walls, stark reminders of lost potential. A comprehensive analysis revealed that user retention strategies became increasingly critical as the platform struggled to maintain its dwindling base. Initiatives aimed at re-engaging lapsed users were implemented, though their effectiveness varied. Notifications were sent out, promising new features and updates. This approach, intended to rekindle interest, often yielded minimal results. Users, once enthusiastic about the app, had moved on, seeking more reliable alternatives. The introduction of personalized content, tailored to individual preferences, represented another attempt to draw back those who had drifted away. Data analytics guided these efforts, presenting insights into user behavior. Despite the meticulous planning, the response remained tepid. Many users had grown disillusioned, their loyalty eroded by ongoing technical issues and unmet expectations. In this region of lost connections, promotional campaigns were launched, aiming to offer incentives such as discounts on premium features. Yet these efforts often felt too little, too late, as the initial allure of the app faded. Engagement metrics reflected a stark reality. Retention rates hovered precariously low. The silent abyss of inactivity among once active users deepened. As this decline continued, internal discussions focused on reimagining the user experience. Innovations were proposed, though they struggled to gain traction. The fading company grappled with the daunting task of reversing a narrative already well established in the minds of its former users. Global expansion plans further complicated the already precarious position of the fading company. Efforts to penetrate international markets revealed a myriad of challenges that had not been anticipated. Cultural differences emerged as significant barriers, hindering the app's adaptability to diverse consumer preferences. Marketing strategies that resonated in domestic regions faltered abroad, leading to disillusionment among potential users. Regulatory hurdles also became a formidable obstacle, with varying laws governing data privacy and digital services in different countries. Compliance with these regulations demanded both time and resources, stretching the company's already limited capabilities. It struggled to align its operational framework with the strict requirements imposed by foreign governments. Competition intensified in these new territories as local startups rapidly gained traction, often better attuned to the specific needs of their communities. The fading company found itself ill-equipped to differentiate its offerings, resulting in a failure to capture market share. Potential partnerships with established local firms, seen as a means to facilitate entry, often fell through due to a lack of mutual alignment in goals and vision. With mounting operational costs and dwindling revenue, the ambitious international vision began to crumble. Each misstep in these foreign markets further entrenched the perception of instability, contributing to the gradual erosion of confidence among both users and investors alike. Listening to users too late revealed a fundamental flaw in the company's operational strategy. Feedback mechanisms, initially designed to foster engagement, became stagnant as insights went unheeded. This region, once a vibrant hub of user interaction, transformed into a quiet void where voices were stifled by the din of corporate decision-making. Suggestions poured in, yet the processing of these contributions lagged behind pressing developmental agendas. A persistent disconnect formed between the evolving needs of the user base and the company's response time. By the time adjustments were considered, the landscape had shifted, leaving the fading company struggling to catch up. Users grew disillusioned, witnessing their needs overlooked repeatedly. An atmosphere of frustration pervaded as loyal patrons felt abandoned, while potential adopters hesitated to engage with a platform that appeared increasingly out of touch. The late acknowledgement of user insights culminated in a series of product iterations that did not resonate. The once promising app began to lose its competitive edge, unable to adapt fluidly to user expectations. This neglect not only affected user retention, but also stymied the acquisition of new clients, further compounding the company's challenges. In the end, the failure to forge meaningful connections with its audience sealed its fate, leaving behind a legacy of unfulfilled potential and lost trust. Financial reports reveal a stark contrast between initial projections and the eventual reality. Revenue, once projected to soar into the hundreds of millions. Expenditure patterns also tell a sobering story. Significant investments in marketing efforts designed to attract new users yielded diminishing returns. Costs ballooned due to an ambitious hiring spree that aimed to bolster technological innovation. In an attempt to leap ahead of competitors, the company allocated vast sums towards flashy campaigns and high-profile partnerships, with little consideration for long-term viability. Operational inefficiencies further compounded the financial strain. Overspending on software development without adequate oversight resulted in unpaid bills and delayed product features. This mismanagement drained resources that could have been utilized to refine core offerings. The culmination of these factors led to a critical moment where revenues dipped below essential thresholds. Executive decisions became reactive, prioritizing short-term fixes over sustainable growth strategies. The reports, once filled with promise, transformed into stark reminders of a journey that faltered under the weight of ambition and miscalculation. Intellectual property disputes emerged as a significant challenge, further complicating the already precarious situation. Allegations of infringement flooded the courts, each claim unraveling the delicate threads of trust woven into the fabric of operations. Competitors seized upon perceived vulnerabilities, turning legal skirmishes into fervent battles for market dominance. This region, once vibrant with innovative ideas, became a battleground where creativity clashed with ownership rights. The legal expenses mounted, draining financial resources that could have been allocated to development and marketing. This diversion of funds further stifled growth, leaving little room for the experimentation that had initially fueled inspiration. Key personnel found their focus divided, navigating the complexities of litigation rather than pursuing the bold visions that had once united them. These ruins of ambition stood as a stark testament to the consequences of neglecting legal foundations. The founders, once celebrated for their ingenuity, now faced scrutiny as their credibility eroded. Stakeholders grew restless, questioning the direction and viability of the project as legal entanglements stalled progress. With every court appearance, the narrative of potential success was eclipsed by a series of setbacks, underscoring the fragility of innovation in a landscape fraught with challenges. The future, once promising, now seemed shrouded in uncertainty, as the weight of legal troubles constricted the very air of possibility that had once flourished. Media outlets initially captivated by the meteoric rise of the photo app startup soon turned their attention to the unfolding narrative of decline. Early articles celebrated the innovative technology, portraying it as a trailblazer in an increasingly competitive digital landscape. Within a few short years, the bright headlines faded, replaced by scrutiny and skepticism. Critics dissected the strategic missteps, highlighting the inability to adapt to the rapidly changing preferences of users. This region, once vibrant with the enthusiasm of early adopters, transformed into a backdrop for a cautionary tale. Analysts pointed to the flawed marketing strategies that failed to resonate with a diverse audience, leading to diminishing user engagement. The landscape of media coverage shifted from admiration to a more critical lens. reports began to detail the internal struggles, revealing a rift between visionary leadership and pragmatic execution. Each article chronicled the erosion of brand loyalty, a phenomenon that left the company vulnerable to competitors eager to fill the void. Amidst the dissection of failed initiatives, the narrative of ambition was slowly overshadowed by the stark reality of impending collapse. The vibrant imagery of a once thriving enterprise faded into the annals of tech history, leaving behind remnants of a fleeting dream. In the aftermath, the lessons learned were as profound as they were painful. Interest in Color Labs began to rise as competitors sought to acquire their innovative technology. Initial offers emerged, promising substantial financial returns, yet these proposals were met with hesitation. Founders believed in the potential of their vision, viewing these overtures not merely as transactions, but as opportunities to shape a future they envisioned. This conviction fostered a resistance to compromise, leading to a series of rejected bids. In meetings with potential acquirers, discussions often revolved around integration and market positioning. The allure of immediate financial gain clashed with a deep-seated desire for autonomy. Each offer was meticulously dissected, weighed against aspirations that had initially driven the startup's inception. These negotiations became battlegrounds for contrasting philosophies, short-term profit versus long-term purpose. As the months unfolded, the landscape shifted. Offers dwindled, revealing the fragility of their market position. The once promising technology began to show signs of stagnation, and the fervor of interest faded. What had once seemed like a vibrant future transformed into a series of missed opportunities. This region, once bustling with potential, now stood as a testament to ambition unfulfilled. Rejection of offers, originally a stance of empowerment, became a weight that dragged down morale. The fading company found itself in a precarious position, where hope and realism struggled for dominance. Confidence in the startup waned progressively as financial backers began to reassess their commitments. Initial enthusiasm had attracted significant capital, but the decline in user engagement prompted a reevaluation of potential. Investors scrutinized performance metrics, seeking assurance that previous projections could be met. With every quarter of stagnation, apprehension grew, transforming optimism into skepticism. The once promising app, once lauded for its innovative approach, now appeared to be outpaced by competitors. The marketplace shifted rapidly, leaving it struggling to adapt. This region, once vibrant with the possibility of disruption, now echoed with doubts. Investors who had once envisioned exponential growth began to withdraw, wary of further losses. Meetings turned somber as executives faced the reality of dwindling resources. Many sought to present a facade of resilience, but the shifting sentiment was palpable. As funding rounds became increasingly difficult to secure, discussions centered around cost-cutting and restructuring efforts, indicating a broader trend of impending contraction. With each passing month, the narrative shifted from growth potential to survival mode. It became evident that the startup's initial promise was fading, leaving behind a landscape marked by uncertainty. Investor sentiment, once overflowing with hope, now mirrored the melancholic atmosphere permeating the organization, a testament to the fragile nature of ambition in the tech landscape. Negative public perception began to seep into every facet of this fading company. Initial enthusiasm surrounding its innovative photo app transformed into scrutiny as user complaints mounted. Features promised in marketing campaigns remained unfulfilled, leading to widespread disappointment. Users expressed their discontent through social media, amplifying the disillusionment that enveloped this region. Critics, once hesitant to voice dissent, now flourished in the fertile grounds of discontent. Articles detailing performance issues and data privacy concerns proliferated, casting a long shadow over its reputation. This new narrative overshadowed the initial excitement that had buoyed its launch. Trust eroded, and the once loyal user base began to dwindle, seeking alternatives that promised reliability and security. Leadership's attempts to quell the unrest were met with skepticism. Responses to complaints felt inadequate, as if they were merely band-aids on deeper wounds. The community's feedback, once a vital source of inspiration, morphed into a chorus of disapproval, further amplifying the malaise that had taken hold. As skepticism grew, investor confidence continued to wane. The cycle of negativity cemented itself within the public consciousness, with headlines reflecting the relentless decline. The vibrant community that had once rallied around the photo app faded into memory, leaving behind echoes of what could have been, now hidden amongst the ruins of ambition and innovation. Layoffs became a recurring theme within the organization, each announcement reverberating through the halls like a distant thunder. As workforce reductions were executed in attempts to stabilize finances, the atmosphere shifted. Once bustling offices, filled with creative energy, turned into quiet spaces marked by uncertainty and anxiety. Teams, once cohesive, found themselves fragmented as key players departed, taking with them invaluable expertise and institutional knowledge. This restructuring effort, aimed at curtailing operational costs, inadvertently stifled innovation. Remaining employees were burdened with increased workloads and diminishing resources. Morale plummeted as the remaining workforce grappled with not only the fear of further layoffs, but also the realization that their contributions were seen as expendable. Collaboration suffered in this environment, with silos forming among departments that were once interconnected. Management, now focused solely on survival, diverted attention from long-term vision to urgent cost-cutting measures. The strategic focus that had previously driven the company's success was replaced by a reactive approach, leading to further misalignment with the market's evolving demands. The photo app, once a beacon of potential, struggled to maintain relevance. As each quarter passed, the connection to its community diminished, leaving an indelible mark on its operational capabilities. The decline became a gradual but certain reality, one that seemed almost inevitable in this harsh landscape of modern entrepreneurship. The landscape shifted rapidly, with competitors introducing groundbreaking features and capabilities. This environment demanded agility and forward-thinking, yet it became evident that the fading companies struggled to adapt. New technologies emerged, reshaping user expectations and behaviors, while others embraced artificial intelligence and augmented reality. It remained rooted in outdated methodologies, unable to pivot. The app's interface, once viewed as user-friendly, began to reflect a sense of obsolescence. Users sought fresh experiences, but updates became infrequent and uninspired. The excitement that initially surrounded the platform diminished, giving way to a growing discontent among its user base. Creators and photographers gravitated toward alternatives that offered enhanced functionalities, leaving this startup to grapple with the consequences of its stagnation. Feedback from users highlighted a recurring theme. The desire for innovation had gone unmet. This region of the digital landscape became populated by competitors who understood the importance of evolving with industry trends. The fading company found itself increasingly isolated, unable to reclaim its former relevance. As loyalty waned and users migrated, the realization set in that it could no longer sustain its position without a commitment to reinvention. The atmosphere grew heavy with the weight of lost opportunities, marking a decisive chapter in its downward trajectory. The final update arrived as a last-ditch effort to regain users, a desperate plea cloaked in optimism. It showcased an array of features intended to reignite interest and restore the fading brand's relevance. Promises of enhanced editing tools and social sharing capabilities filled the screen, yet enthusiasm had waned. Users who had once flocked to the platform now felt detached, their trust eroded by previous missteps. In this region of digital uncertainty, the update was met with skepticism and indifference. Feedback, sparse and critical, echoed the sentiments of a disenchanted user base. The application, once vibrant with creativity, now lay dormant, overshadowed by the relentless march of competitor innovations. Despite the polished presentation, the reality was stark. It struggled to capture the essence of what had initially drawn users in. Engagement metrics revealed a troubling narrative. Downloads, once soaring, plummeted alongside user retention rates. This continued decline underscored a broader trend within the tech landscape, an unwillingness to embrace change without transparency. The fading company found itself trapped in a cycle of reactive measures, each one insufficient to address the deeper issues at play. As the final update faded into silence, it became evident that the effort was not enough to reclaim the lost ground. The legacy of Color Labs would. The legacy of Color Labs would soon be overshadowed by the behind-the-scenes discussions among executives regarding a precarious exit strategy. In the sterile conference rooms, illuminated by harsh fluorescent lights, they deliberated on potential avenues for salvaging the remnants of their once promising venture. Conversations shifted from product development to financial viability, revealing a stark realization. Time was no longer a luxury. Options began to emerge, each one weighed against the backdrop of dwindling user engagement and rising operational costs. Acquisition offers were considered, albeit with a sense of resignation. The allure of a buyout seemed to fade alongside their declining market position. Internal memos circulated, detailing the urgency of approaching potential buyers, though enthusiasm was notably absent. Fingers tapped anxiously on polished wooden tables as ideas for restructuring were floated. Attempts to pivot the application's focus yielded little enthusiasm. The atmosphere thickened with tension as executives confronted the reality of their situation. Discussions meandered through the complexities of negotiation, the potential for layoffs, and the inevitable impact on employee morale. Each proposal was scrutinized, yet none provided the clarity that was desperately needed. The fading company found itself at a crossroads, grappling with the ghosts of innovation that had once driven its ambition, now reduced to cautious deliberations on survival. The announcement arrived quietly, a stark notification that echoed through digital channels, signaling the impending closure of the application. Users who had once enthusiastically embraced the platform now faced the bitter reality of its demise. Emotions ranged from disbelief to resignation as the news spread across social media and online forums. The vibrant community that had formed around shared moments and images began to fracture, as many took to expressing their disappointment in written words. Messages poured in, recounting fond memories of filters and editing features that had transformed mundane photographs into cherished keepsakes. This region of creativity, once thriving with engagement, now reflected a sense of loss. The app's once colorful presence faded into the background, leaving behind a void filled with nostalgia and unanswered questions. Users speculated about the reasons behind the closure, discussing the changing landscape of technology and competition that had. Amidst the digital outcry, a few loyal users attempted to rally support, calling for a last-minute reversal, yet such pleas fell on deaf ears. The company's decision was final, marking the end of an era in the world of photo-sharing applications. The swift decline of the photo app startup serves as a poignant case study in the volatile landscape of technology ventures. A crucial lesson lies in understanding market demands. The initial premise of Color Labs, while innovative, failed to align with user expectations. This miscalibration highlights the necessity for thorough market research prior to launching products, ensuring that offerings resonate with the intended audience. Leadership decisions also played a significant role. The founders exhibited a vision that, although bold, lacked the pragmatic approach required to navigate the complexities of a rapidly evolving industry. This illustrates the importance of balancing ambition with grounded strategy, where adaptability becomes vital in response to user feedback and shifting trends. Financial sustainability emerged as another critical factor. Investment influx presented a facade of stability, masking underlying vulnerabilities. The rapid expenditure without a clear monetization plan. Finally, the cultural dynamics within the organization contributed to its downfall. A lack of cohesive vision and poor internal communication created silos that stifled creativity and collaboration. A unified culture, fostering open dialogue and innovation, is essential for any startup aspiring to endure in a competitive environment. These insights encapsulate the multifaceted lessons gleaned from the Color Labs experience. In examining the decline of this once promising startup, several factors emerge as critical to its eventual downfall. The initial overestimation of market demand played a significant role. It developed a photo application that, while innovative, failed to resonate with the target audience. Users found themselves overwhelmed by complexity and features that did not align with their preferences or needs. A lack of clear strategic direction also hindered its progress. Leadership struggled to define a cohesive vision, leading to inconsistent messaging and branding. This disarray alienated potential users, who were left confused about the app's purpose. Additionally, the company encountered stiff competition from established players that offered more streamlined and user-friendly alternatives. These incumbents capitalized on a loyal user base, further diminishing Color Labs' market share. Financial mismanagement compounded these challenges. Investments were directed toward features that lacked user interest, draining resources that could have been allocated to essential improvements. The absence of a robust feedback mechanism meant that critical insights from users were overlooked, leaving the app stagnant and unresponsive to changing consumer demands. Cumulatively, these missteps created a feedback loop of declining user engagement, leading to an inevitable erosion of market confidence. The once vibrant Color Labs now stands as an example of ambition unmoored from reality, illustrating the delicate balance required for success in the tech industry. The atmosphere within the fading company shifted drastically as ambitions crumbled. For the employees, once filled with optimism, the unfolding decline revealed a stark reality. Many former staff members reflect on their time with Color Labs, recalling a culture that thrived on creativity and innovation. Enthusiasm permeated the air, fostering a collaborative spirit that propelled projects forward. As the company began to lose its footing, uncertainty replaced the vibrant energy, leaving individuals grappling with the disintegration of their dreams. Conversations with these former employees reveal a mixture of nostalgia and sorrow. They speak of late nights fueled by passion, driven by the hope of revolutionizing photography. As funding dwindled, a palpable shift occurred. Positions were eliminated, teams disbanded, and the sense of camaraderie dissolved. The once promising vision for the future faded into a memory, replaced by an overwhelming sense of loss. Beyond the professional implications, personal impacts were profound. Anxiety and disillusionment crept into their lives as the specter of instability loomed larger. The emotional toll extended to families and friendships, shattering connections that had once flourished in a nurturing environment. With each passing day, the echoes of past ambitions lingered, a reminder of what could have been. The silence that enveloped the empty office spaces now serves as a haunting testament to the fragility of success in the ever-evolving tech landscape. The financial fallout from Color Labs' collapse rippled through the veins of its once vibrant investor community. Stakeholders, who had once been buoyed by promises of innovation, now found themselves grappling with the stark reality of losses. Capital that had been poured into the startup, once seen as a beacon of opportunity, transformed into a source of regret. Reports emerged detailing the significant amounts, with some investors facing reductions in their portfolios totaling millions. This region, once buzzing with optimism, now bore witness to tense discussions in boardrooms and investment firms. Many sought to understand how projections had so drastically missed their mark. Analysts began dissecting the trajectory of Color Labs, pinpointing missteps in strategy and execution. The inability to adapt to changing consumer preferences became a focal point for complaints as investors reflected on their decisions. They pondered the allure of the startup's initial vision, now shrouded in disappointment. Reputations suffered as well, with some investment firms facing scrutiny over their due diligence processes. Trust, once a cornerstone of these partnerships, began to erode. The environment grew increasingly somber, with whispers of caution permeating future investment discussions. The echoes of ambition, now intertwined with the lessons of failure, lingered, casting a long shadow over the aspirations of the tech community. In the wake of its dissolution, a nuanced legacy emerged, offering insights into the complexities of innovation and the pitfalls of overreach. The once promising platform, designed to revolutionize photo sharing, became a case study in the delicate balance between vision and execution. Many emerging startups absorbed lessons from its trajectory, recognizing the importance of sustainable growth over rapid expansion. An analysis of this fading company revealed that its downfall was not merely a consequence of operational missteps. It illustrated the necessity of understanding market demands and the evolving landscape of consumer preferences. Entrepreneurs began to prioritize user engagement over flashy features, taking cues from the miscalculations that Color Labs made. The founders' ambitious dreams were juxtaposed with the harsh realities of competition and technological advancement. This region of the tech sector now approached innovation with a more cautious optimism, favoring iterative development over bold leaps. Investors, too, shifted their strategies, seeking startups with a solid foundation rather than those painted in the vibrant colors of hype. This cultural recalibration fostered an environment where adaptability became paramount. As the dust settled, the quiet lessons of this startup's decline shaped new paradigms, reminding future innovators that even the most colorful aspirations could fade into obscurity without careful stewardship. The market's readiness for such a venture often dictates the trajectory of a startup. Color Labs emerged amid the rapid evolution of digital photography and social media. Initial enthusiasm surrounded its concept, promising vibrant tools for capturing and sharing moments. The allure of instant gratification through filters and editing features resonated with many users seeking a unique voice in a crowded digital landscape. Yet the saturation of similar applications posed significant challenges. This region witnessed an influx of competitors, each vying for user attention with increasingly sophisticated offerings. As Color Labs launched, it confronted an environment already populated by established players. Users gravitated towards familiarity, often overlooking new alternatives in favor of tried-and-true solutions. The timing of this entry was critical. With technological advancements accelerating, consumers demanded seamless integration across platforms. Color Labs struggled to keep pace with rapid shifts in user expectations, resulting in a disconnect between ambition and execution. The initial promise began to wane as features lagged behind competitors, leading to a gradual erosion of user interest. This decline underscores the importance of not only innovation, but also understanding market dynamics. Companies thrive when they align their vision with the needs and desires of the consumer landscape. Color Labs serves as a poignant reminder that timing can dictate the fate of even the most vibrant ideas. The trajectory of Color Labs mirrors the experiences of various other startups, each marked by ambitious visions overshadowed by miscalculations. A notable parallel emerges with the rise and fall of other tech ventures that aim to redefine their industries, but contrast can be drawn with companies that thrived, adapting to changing landscapes and consumer needs. These successful entities often exhibited agility, pivoting their strategies in response to feedback and market conditions. Color Labs, instead, maintained a rigid adherence to its original concept, resulting in a disconnect from the evolving demands of its user base. In the realm of app development, another distinction lies in the execution of marketing strategies. Many flourishing apps cultivated a robust community presence, fostering engagement and loyalty. The Fading Company, in contrast, struggled to build such a rapport, leading to dwindling user retention. The demise of Color Labs illustrates a critical lesson. Innovative technology alone does not guarantee success. A comprehensive understanding of market timing, user interaction, and adaptability is essential to navigate the complex landscape of the digital economy. The voices of loyal users provide a poignant insight into the initial allure of the Fading Company. Enthusiasts often recounted their excitement upon discovering the app, highlighting its intuitive interface and innovative features. They spoke of vibrant filters that transformed ordinary images into visually striking pieces, enhancing their photography experience. The seamless sharing capabilities turned moments into memories shared across social platforms, fostering a community around their passion. As time progressed, feedback began to shift. Users expressed frustration over the frequent updates that seemed to complicate rather than enhance functionality. The app, once celebrated for its simplicity, became increasingly laden with features that felt unnecessary. Many lamented the loss of the original charm that had drawn them in, replaced by a confusing array of options. Some devoted users remained hopeful, sharing their stories of continued engagement despite these growing challenges. They fondly recalled the early days when each update brought excitement rather than disappointment. For them, the app represented a nostalgic connection to a time when the company thrived, fostering creativity and connection. Yet, as these accounts unfold, a subtle undertone of resignation permeates the testimonials. The once vibrant enthusiasm is now tinged with a palpable sense of loss, reflective of a broader decline that shadows the fading company. The identity crafted by Color Labs relied heavily on innovative branding and user engagement strategies. This approach initially captivated a diverse demographic, drawing in both amateur photographers and professionals alike. The seamless integration of cutting-edge technology with an intuitive interface distinguished it from competitors, fostering a deep connection with users. Each feature was designed to enhance creativity, giving rise to a community that thrived on shared experiences and content. Marketing campaigns emphasized the uniqueness of the platform, employing vibrant visuals that evoked emotion. This was a calculated effort to establish an image of reliability and inspiration. The branding resonated widely, embodying not just a product, but a lifestyle. Ambassadors were cultivated among influential figures, further solidifying its presence in the social media landscape. Over time, however, the initial allure began to wane. As features stagnated and user expectations evolved, the once revered brand struggled to keep pace. The carefully constructed identity started to fracture, revealing inconsistencies that eroded trust. A lack of innovation, coupled with increased competition, rendered the once celebrated platform less relevant. Brand loyalty, once a cornerstone of its identity, diminished as users sought alternatives. The carefully curated image of Color Labs began to fade, much like the photographs it once celebrated, leaving behind remnants of its former glory. A significant cultural shift occurred when Color Labs emerged, heralding a new era in photo sharing. This platform introduced innovative features that encouraged users to capture and share moments in real time. It created a sense of community, allowing individuals to connect through shared experiences. They embraced the immediacy of the digital age, positioning themselves as a pioneer in an increasingly visual culture. Users flocked to Color Labs, drawn by its promise of instant creativity and engagement. It became a hub for artists, influencers, and everyday individuals eager to showcase their lives through images. This enthusiasm contributed to an unprecedented rise in visual storytelling. The app's interface, marked by its vibrant design, aimed to evoke emotion and foster connections. The collective energy of this region fostered a flourishing ecosystem of creativity. As time progressed, competition intensified. Other platforms began to adopt similar features, blurring the lines that once set Color Labs apart. A sense of familiarity emerged, diminishing the uniqueness that had initially attracted a devoted user base. This decline in differentiation coincided with a growing disinterest in the app, leading to dwindling engagement. The vibrant community, once thriving, began to fragment, leaving behind a quiet emptiness in the digital landscape of photo sharing history. Rivals recognized the opportunity embedded within the failures of Color Labs. As the once popular application struggled to maintain its user base, competitors swiftly adapted their strategies to capture the attention of disillusioned users. This shift in the competitive landscape allowed them to introduce features that resonated with a growing demand for simplicity and efficiency. They invested in user-friendly interfaces, prioritizing accessibility over the complex functionalities that had overwhelmed Color Labs' audience. As the initial excitement faded, it became evident that users sought enhancements that streamlined their photo sharing experience. Innovations included intuitive editing tools, seamless integration with social media platforms, and enhanced privacy settings. The response from these rivals was not merely reactive, it was decisive. They leveraged targeted marketing campaigns that highlighted the shortcomings of Color Labs, positioning themselves as the reliable alternatives. This strategy not only attracted the dissatisfied users, but also fostered a broader community engagement, thereby strengthening their market position. As Color Labs faded into obscurity, these upstart companies flourished, securing funding and expanding their functionalities. The void left in the market was filled with platforms that celebrated user creativity and collaboration, transforming the digital space where Color Labs once thrived into a more vibrant ecosystem, albeit one that no longer recognized the former leader. The rise of mobile technology fundamentally altered how individuals interacted with photography. Instant access to advanced cameras embedded within smartphones enabled a shift in user behavior. Users no longer required dedicated devices to capture moments. They embraced the convenience of always-on capabilities. This transformation led to a significant increase in the volume of images shared, with platforms designed to cater to spontaneous creativity flourishing. In this landscape, immediacy became paramount. Users gravitated towards applications that allowed for rapid editing and sharing, favoring those that simplified the creative process. The emphasis on instant gratification reshaped expectations, as individuals sought tools that provided immediate feedback and social engagement. Color Labs, with its once intricate functionalities, struggled to adapt to this swift evolution. While others embraced the mobile-first approach, it remained anchored to its original vision, which became misaligned with emerging preferences. The abundance of features that had once attracted users began to feel cumbersome in a world that favored minimalism and speed. As competition surged, this former giant found itself increasingly irrelevant, unable to regain its footing in an arena where user behavior had shifted dramatically. The landscape that once celebrated its innovations now rendered them obsolete, marking a quiet but definitive decline. Expectations surrounding venture capital painted a glossy image of limitless potential and everlasting growth. Initial investments poured in, driven by the allure of disruptive technology and the promise of rapid returns. In those early days, the enthusiasm was palpable, as backers envisioned Color Labs as a future giant in the photo app sector. The infusion of funds facilitated aggressive marketing campaigns and ambitious product development, fueling aspirations that soared above the realities of the market. Over time, the disconnect between expectations and the on-the-ground performance became increasingly apparent. Each funding round, once a celebration of milestones, turned into a necessity for survival. The pressure to deliver results intensified, overshadowing the original vision. Investors, initially captivated by the innovative spirit, began to voice concerns as user engagement faltered, revealing the app's inability to retain its user base. This region, once bustling with creative energy, transformed into a site of disillusionment. The financial backing that had once seemed like a lifeline morphed into an anchor, dragging down the very company it sought to uplift. Disappointment settled among the stakeholders as they confronted the stark reality of diminishing returns. The relentless pursuit of growth, untempered by sustainable strategies, led to a gradual erosion of confidence. A disconnect between the public image and internal struggles became evident as media relations attempted to project a veneer of success. Press releases often highlighted milestones, such as user growth and innovative features, in an effort to maintain a facade of stability. This approach, while initially effective, this region, once buzzing with optimism, found its atmosphere shifting with each passing month. Journalists, initially enamored by the startup's potential, began to scrutinize claims more closely. Coverage turned from celebratory to critical, reflecting the growing unease surrounding the company's viability. The narrative of a promising tech innovator transitioned into a cautionary tale of overreach and mismanagement. Interactions with media outlets became increasingly defensive. Representatives struggled to control the narrative as stories of user exodus and financial instability infiltrated the press. The once cohesive message fractured, leading to confusion among stakeholders. Confidence waned as the gap between public relations efforts and actual performance widened. This disconnect underscored a fundamental misalignment, revealing that the company's image was no longer a reliable reflection of its reality. Investing in user experience became a focal point for this fading company, driven by the belief that enhancing the interface would rekindle user engagement. Resources were allocated toward redesigning features and streamlining the app. Focus groups were conducted, and feedback was collected in an attempt to understand the desires and frustrations of users. Despite this effort, the changes implemented failed to resonate. An overemphasis on aesthetics overshadowed functional necessities. Users encountered persistent bugs and glitches that marred the experience, undermining the initial intentions behind the redesign. The illusion of innovation eroded rapidly, leading to user frustration and disengagement. Market competition intensified, with rivals offering seamless, intuitive platforms. This region of the app landscape became increasingly crowded, leaving little room for a product that struggled to meet even basic expectations. User loyalty waned as individuals sought alternatives that prioritized reliability and ease of use. Feedback loops became hollow as the once vibrant community fell silent. Trust eroded alongside the app's usability, creating a feedback cycle that spiraled downward. Stakeholders grew anxious as financial projections faltered. This decline in user experience marked a crucial turning point, illuminating a gap that could not be bridged by mere updates or visual enhancements. The company's attempts to pivot. The importance of iteration weighed heavily on Color Labs as it sought to establish relevance in an increasingly competitive market. Frequent updates, a lifeline for many startups, became a missed opportunity. With each passing month, users grew accustomed to the lack of new features and enhancements. Engagement dwindled, and the initial excitement surrounding the application faded into a distant memory. Feedback from early adopters often went unaddressed, creating a chasm between the company and its user base. They expressed desires for improved functionality and additional tools, yet these requests remained unanswered. The absence of regular updates fostered an atmosphere of neglect, leading to disenchantment among loyal users. The once vibrant community surrounding the app began to unravel. Conversations shifted from enthusiasm to frustration, as users sought alternatives that catered to their evolving needs. Competitors, who embraced constant iteration and responsiveness, thrived amidst this stagnation. Color Labs found itself at a crossroads where the inability to adapt and innovate resulted in a gradual erosion of its user base. The silence of the app grew louder, echoing the missed opportunities for connection and growth. As updates became increasingly vital in maintaining relevance, the company stood still. The opportunity to innovate slipped away, leaving stagnation in its wake. Leadership could have embraced a proactive approach, fostering a culture of experimentation and adaptability. Investing in user feedback mechanisms might have illuminated areas of improvement, guiding development towards the evolving needs of a discerning clientele. This could have led to features that resonated with users, rather than the outdated offerings that remained. Engaging with industry trends would have provided insight into the competitive landscape. By leveraging emerging technologies, they could have enhanced their platform's capabilities, integrating artificial intelligence or augmented reality, keeping pace with user expectations. Establishing strategic partnerships could have opened doors to new markets, expanding their reach beyond initial demographics. The potential for targeted marketing campaigns was evident, yet unrealized. A focus on community building through social media engagement and user-generated content could have rekindled interest in the application. Addressing customer service concerns with urgency might have cultivated loyalty, converting detractors into advocates. The closure announcement reverberated throughout the digital landscape, sending ripples of disbelief among users and investors alike. Longtime patrons, who had once eagerly shared their photographs and memories, faced the abrupt loss of a platform that had become woven into their daily lives. Emotional connections, forged over years of shared experiences, now lay in disarray. The app's user base, initially vibrant and engaged, dwindled as uncertainty loomed. Many users expressed frustration over the sudden nature of the decision, feeling abandoned by a service that had once promised to enhance their photographic journeys. Investors, too, reacted with a quiet resignation. Many had placed their faith in the startup's vision, believing in its potential to redefine the photography landscape. The announcement served as a stark reminder of the fragility inherent in the tech sector. Financial support, once flowing, receded swiftly as confidence eroded. Some backers began to question their due diligence, contemplating how they had missed the signs of impending failure. As the app transitioned toward its final days, the digital void left behind became palpable. Memories stored within its confines began to vanish, leaving users to reckon with the loss of countless moments. The fading company, once a beacon of innovation, now stood as a cautionary tale in the annals of startup history. Corporate responsibility played a crucial role in the decline of this once promising venture. As the initial excitement surrounding the application faded, it became evident that ethical considerations were often overlooked. Users, drawn in by the allure of advanced features and seamless experiences, soon found themselves grappling with concerns over data privacy and misuse. The trust that had been carefully cultivated in the early phases began to erode, casting a shadow over the brand's reputation. Transparency in operations became increasingly important, yet it was a lesson learned too late. Missteps in communication regarding data handling and algorithmic biases undermined user confidence. This region, once filled with vibrant discussions about innovation, turned into a forum for discontent and skepticism. As feedback accumulated, the disconnect between leadership and its community widened, emphasizing the necessity for accountability. Policies intended to protect users were not implemented effectively, resulting in breaches that further tarnished the company's image. What should have been a commitment to user-centric design morphed into a series of miscalculations. The lessons gleaned from this chapter of corporate ethics resonate widely, serving as reminders that maintaining user trust is paramount. Without it, the foundations of even the most promising endeavors can crumble, leaving behind a legacy of what could have been. The aftermath revealed the stark reality for the founders. Their once bright aspirations dimmed, replaced by the heavy weight of disappointment. Dispersed across various corners of the tech landscape, they sought to forge new paths amidst the ruins of their prior ambitions. Some gravitated towards consultancy, leveraging their experiences to guide nascent startups, hoping to impart lessons learned through the arduous journey of Color Labs. In this region of technological innovation, others chose to step back entirely, retreating from the relentless pace of the industry. The strain of failure left deep impressions, fostering a desire for introspection and a reassessment of personal goals. With their initial vision shattered, these individuals confronted the stark realities of life post-collapse. A few turned to academia, sharing insights on entrepreneurship, urging students to embrace the volatile nature of startups. They spoke candidly about resilience and the importance of adaptability in an ever-evolving market. Meanwhile, some founders found themselves in unrelated fields, pursuing newfound passions that had long remained dormant. This shift often provided solace, a chance to redefine success beyond the confines of venture capital and public scrutiny. In the quiet corridors of their lives, echoes of Color Labs lingered, a reminder of ambition's fleeting nature in an unforgiving landscape. Each chose a different path, yet the specter of their shared experience remained a constant presence. Industry insiders often point to a confluence of factors that contributed to the decline of Color Labs. A lack of differentiation in a saturated market posed significant challenges. Numerous photo application startups emerged, each vying for user attention with similar functionalities. Without a clear, unique proposition, it struggled to carve out a sustainable niche. Expert opinions frequently highlight misalignment in leadership vision. Decisions made at the executive level often failed to resonate with the evolving needs of consumers, leading to disconnects in product development. This disconnect manifested in a series of updates that did not adequately address user feedback, leaving many dissatisfied with the experience. Financial mismanagement is another critical aspect discussed by analysts. Rapid initial funding bolstered expectations. However, the failure to optimize expenditure and allocate resources effectively led to unsustainable operational costs. As financial pressure mounted, strategic missteps became more pronounced. User engagement metrics painted a stark picture. Initial downloads provided a transient sense of success, but retention rates plummeted. Experts noted that the community aspect, central to its mission, faltered as users drifted to platforms that offered more robust social interaction and better user experiences. Strategically, the inability to pivot in response to market dynamics proved detrimental. This stagnation revealed a stark contrast between original aspirations and the eventual outcome. Initially, Color Labs envisioned a groundbreaking photo application that would revolutionize how users captured and shared their experiences. The founders articulated a mission centered on connectivity, creativity, and collaboration, aiming to create a platform where users could seamlessly interact through visual storytelling. As time progressed, it became evident that the ambitious goal of becoming a leader in the photo-sharing landscape was slipping away. User engagement remained low, and key features that once sparked excitement were met with indifference. The platform's promise of innovation devolved into a series of uninspired updates, failing to resonate with a rapidly changing digital environment. In this region of tech startups, competition intensified, with emerging platforms offering more intuitive user experiences. Color Labs struggled to maintain relevance as its vision faltered. Marketing strategies grew obsolete, and the user base shrank, leaving behind the remnants of a once promising venture. The gap between aspiration and reality widened, revealing the pitfalls of misalignment in a fast-paced industry. Decisions that seemed prudent in the early days turned into miscalculations. What was once an ambitious dream gradually transformed into a cautionary tale of unrealized potential, highlighting the fragile nature of innovation in the tech ecosystem. The allure of Color Labs lay in its promise to revolutionize the way users interacted with photography. Initial investments poured in, driven by the excitement surrounding its innovative features and user-centric design. Yet over time, the enthusiasm dwindled as market demands shifted and competition intensified. No longer at the forefront, it struggled to maintain relevance amid the rapid evolution of technology. The team behind this fading company faced mounting challenges. Resource allocation became increasingly strained as unforeseen obstacles emerged. Development delays led to frustration among early adopters, eroding trust and loyalty. The vibrant community that once embraced the platform slowly dwindled, leaving behind a hollow echo of what could have been. In this region of the startup ecosystem, many companies face similar fates. Color Labs serves as a reminder of the importance of adaptability and foresight. The initial spark of creativity is not always enough to sustain momentum in such a volatile environment. The lessons learned are profound, illustrating the delicate balance between innovation and market realities. This decline encapsulates a broader narrative, wherein the promise of technology often stands at odds with the unpredictable nature of consumer behavior and industry dynamics. The cautionary tale of Color Labs remains etched in the annals of entrepreneurial history, urging future innovators to tread carefully amidst the shadows of ambition.